Venice VVV back with another Venice update for you guys. It was recently at $4.70. It's still on its ascent. Like I said, you could potentially see a move back to its previous all-time high, if not a move to $50 for Venice, right? If you were paying attention, a 10x from $4.70 could be a move to $50, right? That is potentially in the cards from here. A move back to its previous all-time high would put it at $21. It's at $240 million in market cap right now. The fully diluted is $427 million in market cap. They are burning the tokens. It's deflationary. It's very strange because a lot of people aren't paying attention to this. If you take a look at my channel, I spoke about this and I didn't do consistent updates on it, but I did do updates here and there on the project. The lowest I talked about it publicly on the channel was at $1.44, right? $1.44. I think I really paid attention when it was at $1.20, right? And I recently posted a video. It only got 100 views, so people aren't paying attention to this, man. And then it's gonna be up massively, and people are gonna be like, "Yo, where did that come from?" Typically, how it is, right? It's the project that you don't have exposure to is the one that does well, right? So I'm just gonna consistently make updates here. If you got in at the $1.40, which I spoke about it back here in December, you could already de-risk your investment, take some profits. You're up almost to 5x now, and if it goes back to its high of $20, right, that's gonna be another 5x if you entered from $5, or another 4x from $4.70, which I recently spoke about. Again, what is Venice? Venice is an AI project that is also a private uncensored AI project. We see privacy going, privacy is a massive use case in the space right now with Zcash and all these other Dash and Monero. All of those projects finally getting attention recently. Privacy being very important, and AI also. AI taking the world by storm, right? There's also speculation that people are going to start losing their jobs to AI. Jack Dorsey recently fired 4,000 of his employees to AI, or people are speculating, well, maybe he was just overhiring people, etc. But I think it was a bit of both. He overhired, and AI is performing better than actual people, so he had to cut some of those, cut 40% of his actual company in employees, right? And if he did that and the stock rose in price, other companies potentially will do the same. And, average people aren't paying attention to this. This is why I'm so bullish on crypto, because it keeps you ahead of the curve and keeps you in tune with what's happening in the financial sector of things, right? But with the rise and just the explosion of AI with what's happening, it's now more than ever you should have exposure to crypto, in my opinion, right? So Venice, 2 million registered users on Venice, so they're getting so much users, their project is becoming extremely deflationary, right? With these users, the 2 million users, remember they have to buy DM tokens and use it in the Venice protocol, which then burns the Venice token and then makes it deflationary, right? The company of Venice, right, because this is a crypto project / company / startup, whatever you want to call it, is also generating a ton of revenue as well with all of these users, right? They're doing hackathons, they're building out. The founder, which is Eric Voorhees right here. Eric Voorhees. Oh, look like he's a ladies' man. I didn't even notice this picture. So he's, appearing in interviews. This was at a podcast called The Roll Up, or a show called The Roll Up, where they're sponsored by Near Protocol. You guys know Near Protocol is a top AI project in the space. Not gonna play what he's saying in the interview. Again, you just have to check the X account and then you'll see that. So this is him here, Docs founder, not anonymous, building, creating a great protocol. People aren't paying attention. The whales bought up at the lows, right? I saw like a Dune report or some type of report that showed like at $1 per Venice VVV, there was like whales that bought like $3 million, or cumulatively bought $3 million at the low. So be careful. right? This is how the market is. Very difficult for the average retail investor to be successful here. So I'm not telling you to FOMO into Venice. I'm just doing updates now because, like I said, I called it at $1.40, $1.45, and it's up to $5 now. I wish I invested more, I'll be honest. But you know, if you were paying attention, you could already de-risk with some profits. And I wouldn't be surprised we see 10 to 20 to maybe even $50 per Venice in the future, right? And again, you know, they're building here, and even with the market, you know, potential talks of World War III and Iran, you know, being struck by Israel and the US stepping in. Even with that, the project is still being bullish here, still moving up in price here. So just giving you guys an update. Like I said, it's very strange though. It's very strange. Nobody's really talking about this with the price action that it has. People are talking about it on X. And you see, you know, great traders that are talking about it on X, but no real content creators. Even so, it's so this is how the market is, man. This is why I say crypto trading is so difficult. And I should be saying, no, it's easy. It's very easy. You know, just manifest it to be easy. But it's tough because there's so many projects and you have to diversify, not spread yourself too thin, and you know, still have that conviction, still have to deal with the shakeouts and the fake outs and the overall market being in a bad spot. It's tough out here, man, especially for people with smaller portfolios. It's not like you have insider information, right? You don't. You have. So the people that did, you know, the whales that accumulated at $1, you know, they're sitting nicely right now. But again, like average retail investor, it's tough for the average retail investor. But you know, we just have to keep pushing, right? We just can't give up. So VVV going for it, up 5x from its low, 5.5x. And like I said, nobody really paying attention to it. I'm not gonna tell you to FOMO in here or buy here. If it does pull back down to maybe $3, then you could make an entry. $3 or $4 you make an entry. But I'm just doing an update because, you know, like I said, for the people that did pay attention, for the subscribers that are wondering what's going to happen next, I'm making content for them. So as always, none of this is financial advice. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the videos so you could, again, be there next time, you know, there's a project that is lower cap. And I'll be like, yo, this looks interesting here. Maybe you should pay attention. You could be there, right? Because I make all this content for free. No paid groups. And again, I really appreciate all the support. Join the Discord. Link to that is in the description. And also, go watch videos on my Clips channel as well. It really, really helps out if you watch videos on the Clips channel. But again, I'm so shocked. Like, just 100 views for this update. This one, I think this is the first video I made, 45 views. I did a deep dive, 100 views. It's really like the market makers are really keeping people from making money. I don't want to be like, oh, crypto is manipulated, but it really feels like that. You'd think one of these videos would have at least like 500 to 1,000 views by now, but no, that's not the case. So it's crazy. It really makes me wonder, right? But we'll keep pushing, you know. Market makers or not, we're gonna keep pushing and do our best. I'll help, you know, I'll do my best as possible to help you as my subscribers to be successful in this space. Thank y'all so much once again. Really appreciate all the support, and I'll catch you in the next one.